Hello, good morning, TGIF. Today is a alternate fasting day, so I will not be showing you any food. The plan for today is I have training videos that I need to complete. And I am going to pick up my cow in Hobstadt, and when I pick up my half cow from the processors, I'll make sure to show you because it is the most amazing birthday / Christmas present. So I just wanted to show the breakdown for getting a half of a cow from a processor. First, the cost is based on rail weight, which is what you might expect to see if you went into a butcher's freezer and you see the beef hanging on hooks. So rail weight is the weight after they've removed the head and the fur and the organs. And right now, I think they're charging, I think it's like $4.30 something per pound of rail weight. This cow actually turned out to be a little bit smaller than the last one that I got. Because I think when I was splitting it with a family member, splitting a half, it was about 270 pounds. And it's pretty normal for about half of what I ordered to be ground beef. And it looks like a little bit less was ground beef and more was the actual cuts, which is great. So the way that I order mine is I have my round steaks, my minute steaks, and rump roasts all ground up into ground beef because we don't eat a lot of those cuts. I get my steaks 3/4 of an inch. They're a little bit thick to where I can do them medium rare, but they're thin enough to where I'm getting several steaks. Let's see, I did have them start cutting my sirloin steaks in half because when you get a whole sirloin, it is pretty large. I get my ribeyes bone in. That's what you call a club steak. And I save my soup bones, and then I also get stew meat as well. And what they do charge a little bit extra for that, but what they do is they go in and they trim all the little bits and pieces of meat that didn't get cut. So you're getting more meat with it. So it does cost a little bit more. I showed all the meat packed into the trunk of my Mustang, and the lady that was helping me load it up, she was actually pretty impressed. She's like, this is the first time I've ever seen somebody fit a half a cow into the trunk of their sports car. And I was like, well, they'll probably remember me because I've done it before. So yeah, rail weight 341, and then the additional stew meat cost, that was the cost of the half a cow, and the yield was about 250 pounds. So yeah, I'm gonna go home and get this loaded up and play some deep freezer Tetris. Just want to show you, I've got all of the roasts and ground beef and stew meat loaded up. And I want to show you, here's all the steaks. Well, these right here are soup bones and those are short ribs, but from about here to there is all steaks. Each one has 2 steaks per wrapped package. So yeah, that's why we have our cows from the processor instead of just buying them when they're on sale. The average cost came out to about $6.30 this time, and last time it was about $6.50. And it's not because the price went down, but there was less waste or less unusable portions of this cow. So what you get is going to differ each time. Sometimes you might buy a whole cow or half cow or a quarter of a cow and the meat won't be as good. I've had that happen maybe once where it was just kind of tough and not very flavorful. So you do take a risk there, but it is, I feel like it's worth it. Well, until they jack the prices up again, which will probably happen one day.